Hi, I'm Alex from E2 Language. I'm working at home, but still working with our E2 Language students, helping them prepare for their IELTS test. And in this video, I'm going to help you too. I'm going to show you today some of the most common errors that we see when we're marking students' work here at E2, and also the most common errors that I used to see when I was an IELTS examiner. Hopefully this video will show you some of the mistakes that you might be making, just raise your awareness and help you to avoid making them on test day. Let's get started. IELTS Writing Task 2, Common 6.5 Errors. I'm calling these 6.5 errors because these are the kind of mistakes that can cause you to drop from 8 or 7 down to 6.5. Let's start with the Writing Task 2 topic. Here's a typical prompt. Let's read it. Many governments spend a lot of money on the arts. Some people think this investment in art is necessary, but others say the money is better spent on improving health and education. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. So, a pretty typical question for task 2. How would you feel if you got that on test day? Would you feel confident that you could write in a sophisticated way about government investment in the arts, about funding for the public sector, for health, for education? That's what you need to do in this particular topic. Now, we're going to look at an introduction, just an introduction, and this introduction contains heaps of those 6.5 errors. Your job is to try to spot them. I'll give you 2 minutes for this. Read the introduction, see how many problems you can see. Not just grammar and vocab, but other things as well. Let's go. How did you go? How many errors did you spot there, or how many problems? Hopefully more than 5, and in fact more than 10. Let's have a look at them one by one. By the way, I should mention that it's not a terrible introduction. I can certainly understand what the writer wants to say, but the error density is way too high. Let's look at the first sentence. Nowadays, whether governments invest in art is hotly debated topic. Okay, what's our first problem? First problem, can you see it? No article here. It should be invest in art is a hotly debated topic, a hotly debated topic. First problem. Another thing is this expression, hotly debated topic. This is a really overused expression or cliche. Examiners hate this stuff, and it often doesn't make sense. You can't just stick this into any essay question. and hope that you're going to score well. Just forget about that kind of cliched language. Okay, just at the end of this sentence, another little problem. Punctuation. There's a full stop here and then no space after it. This is really common if you're doing IELTS on the computer. It's probably just a quick typo error, but the examiner will flag this as a grammar mistake. So make sure after your commas, after your full stops, put a space. Okay, next sentence says, many people opine that spending on art is necessary. So next problem is here. This is a weird word. It is really not used in English in this way. We should say many people think, many people feel, many people believe. Forget about this word. It sounds super strange. Next problem, spelling. This is an easy one, but on test day, make sure you edit 1 C, 2 S's here. Next sentence, although others disagrees. Quite a few problems in there. The main one is this is a fragment. This is half a sentence. It's like saying, because I'm Australian, full stop. That's just half a sentence. So when you have a linking word like that, a conjunction, like although or like because, you need 2 parts of that sentence. So this is a sentence fragment, classic error in IELTS. Now the reason it's a sentence fragment is here because of this linking word or this conjunction is being used wrongly. Used wrong? Used wrongly. Either way, this word should join with the sentence before it, not sit after a full stop. So this is a faulty linker, classic band 6 problem. Okay, and this creates our sentence fragment, although others disagrees. One more problem here. Can you see it? Subject-verb agreement. Others, plural, disagrees with an S. No, these don't match. It should be others disagree, no S. Next sentence, in this essay, I will examine both of this perspective before coming to a reasoned conclusion. So again, a couple of things going on in this sentence. As an examiner, in that final sentence, I'm expecting to see the writer's opinion. Have I seen it here? Not really. Let's have a look at what's wrong here. Now, the first thing is that I can see this is a memorized chunk of language. In this essay, I will examine both before coming to a reasoned conclusion. I've seen this chunk dozens and dozens of times, and I would not reward the writer for memorizing this piece of language. That's not what IELTS is about. This should be a demonstration of what you know, of what you can do with the topic before you. It is not a memory test. Okay, so it's a memorized chunk. However, it's not memorized correctly. There are still a few grammar errors here. So one of them is the singular plural noun problem. I will examine both perspective. It should have an S, right? Both perspectives. There's also an issue with the referencer before it. This perspective, it should actually be these perspectives. What else? There's one final quite big problem here. No opinion. So the writer says, I will come to a reasoned conclusion, but me as an examiner, I want to know the conclusion right now. I want to know it in the introduction. I want to know it in the body. I want to know it again in the conclusion. Why? Because it's in the marking criteria. Let's have a look at that in more detail. I won't go through every single part of that introduction as it relates to the criteria, but one thing to keep in mind is that even though all of those errors were quite tiny, they were little errors, most of them, when they are all together, they add up to quite a big problem. So particularly in terms of grammar and vocab, error density affects your score. So you simply cannot have too many errors in too little space. Let's zoom in on the criteria. By the way, this is the public band descriptors. These are the public band descriptors. The examiner uses something very similar to mark your work. And as you would know if you've seen my video on writing task 2 criteria, the examiner gives you 4 separate scores for your essay. Now, one of them is for task response over here. And band 7 says clear position throughout. Remember I said that introduction didn't give me a position or an opinion, so it couldn't get 7 based on that tiny little problem. And it would be in danger, in fact, of scoring 3. 3 says, does not express a clear position. So hopefully the writer would tell me in the conclusion what their opinion was. But that might be too late. In fact, that is too late to score band 7. Band 7, not just clear position throughout. So opinion in the introduction, essential. Down here at band 6, it says uses cohesive devices effectively, but cohesion, linking, within and or between sentences may be faulty or mechanical. Faulty linking. Remember that problem with the word although? That is a band 6 problem. Band 7 doesn't mention anything about faulty linkers. So when you're using a linking word, make sure it's correct. Zip over here to lexical resource or vocabulary. Down here at band 5, it mentions noticeable errors. Noticeable errors in spelling and or word formation. Now the intro that we saw before didn't have heaps of spelling errors, but it had quite a few, and throughout the essay, too many spelling errors, too many wrong word choices can cause you to score band 5. So as the density of errors gets higher, as there are more and more errors and more noticeable errors, the score goes down. So up at band 7, there should be minimal errors. Then band 6, quite a few, band 5, a lot, and so on. And then onto grammar, grammatical range and accuracy. This is band 6 here. It says, make some errors that rarely reduce communication. Notice band 7 says a few errors, band 8, occasional, band 9, rare, minor errors. So same thing as you drop down the band scale, the error density increases. Band 5 refers to frequent errors, and the errors are more serious here. They can cause difficulty for the reader. Difficulty for the reader. So the introduction that we looked at before, it didn't cause me difficulty. I could understand everything in spite of those errors. So in terms of vocab and grammar, that's probably more like a 6 than a 5. But if you're scoring 7s in task response and coherence and cohesion, but 6s in vocab and grammar, even 1 6, that will be a 6.5 essay. Let's look at the topic again, and I want to show you a better example. And I haven't just corrected those errors, I've completely rewritten the introduction. Okay, the topic again is about government spending money on the arts. Some people think good, some people think no. Discuss both, give your opinion. Okay, so here comes a better example. In fact, this is a band 8.5 sample introduction. I'll read it. It is generally accepted that art enriches a society and plays a valuable role in its culture and history. So notice that precise word choice. Art enriches a society. The subjects and verbs agree. The collocations are correct. Plays a valuable role. The reference word is correct. A society, its culture. Although some support government investment in galleries, artistic organisations, and other art-related matters, others feel that this money should be spent on public services. So, although is used correctly here, and I've also demonstrated wide range of vocab, not just although some support government investment in the arts, others oppose. I've extended that a bit. Okay. Third sentence, have I given the opinion here? In this essay, I will consider both views, okay, and explain why I agree that state funding of the arts should be redirected. Okay, so clear opinion there. I agree, state funding of the arts should be redirected. So this is a much better introduction. And you can find the full essay, the rest of that essay, in our E2 IELTS topic toolkit, number 2, which is all about the theme of art. You can find it in the link below. Like all of our IELTS topic toolkits, Topic Toolkit 2, all about art, contains 20 words that you can learn. Speaking questions for part 1, 2, and 3, all about art topics. Essay topics and the sample essay that comes with the introduction I just showed you, plus extra resources, links to readings and listenings and videos all about the theme of art. You can find the rest of our topic toolkits inside your course on e2language.com. You can sign up for free or grab one of our paid packages for access to all of our daily live classes, recorded classes, feedback, and heaps more. E2 Language is a 100% fully online IELTS test preparation site stocked with the best IELTS teachers you can find in the world. Come and join us. We can look at your writing for you. You can have a one-on-one tutorial with us, join our group classes, heaps more. Sign up today. I'll see you there. Bye.